What's happening, people? It's late in the night, so I don't want to burden you guys too much. I'm going to do another video. I'm going to sit back and relax a little bit because it's midnight here where I am. Oh, no. Put this. So I put my camera on a tripod. There you go. That's beautiful. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit here in my living room. Yeah, I'm a guy that sits on the floor. I'm chilling right now. I'm gonna talk with y'all a little bit about getting back on track. What do I mean by that with the DCEU? Um, See, the DCEU had an original slate. Okay, it was Man of Steel, then Batman v Superman, followed by Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, and then it was supposed to be Justice League. After Justice League was supposed to come Aquaman, and after Aquaman was supposed to come The Flash. Okay, or I believe it was The Flash and then Aquaman. My bad. It was supposed to be The Flash, then Aquaman, then Justice League 2, and then an unknown movie. Then it was supposed to be Shazam, and then no, after Justice League was an unknown movie, and then was I believe Aquaman, right? And then Justice League 2, and then an unknown movie, and then uh, no, it was supposed to be The Flash, then Aquaman, then Justice League 2, unknown movie, and then it was supposed to be Shazam, and then it was supposed to be another unknown movie, and then it was supposed to be Cyborg and Green Lanterns. All right, that's how it was supposed to go. If we look at how things went, everything was kind of lining up, going the way it was supposed to go, somewhat. After Justice League, we were supposed to have the Flash, but we didn't have the Flash. Instead, we had Aquaman, right? After Aquaman, we were supposed to have Justice League 2, then an unknown movie. But what happened instead was we had Shazam. So the Justice League 2 and the unknown movie we didn't have. And we had Shazam instead. Okay? I think Black Adam was supposed to be Shazam. I guess the unknown movie would have been Black Adam. So if you look at it right now, we're at the point where we should have had Justice League 2. We should have had The Flash. We didn't have those two. And we would be at the point where we're supposed to be, which is Black Adam, right? We have Black Adam, and then after Black Adam, you're supposed to have Shazam. But we had Shazam before Black Adam, obviously. We had Shazam after Aquaman, and then we had a set of movies that wasn't slate for nothing. So then we had Birds of Prey, then we had Wonder Woman 2, okay? That didn't work out too well. And then we had the Suicide Squad. So instead of giving us David Ayer's Suicide Squad, what Warner Brothers decided to do was give James Gunn a Suicide Squad movie. It was just terrible what they did. It's kind of like where we were supposed to have a Batman movie, instead they gave Matt Reeves the Batman movie, right? So after Justice League 1, the unknown movie was supposed to be Batman, and then it was supposed to be The Flash, right? And then it was supposed to be, I believe, Aquaman, right? And then Justice League 2. But how it went is um, they gave Matt Reeves the Batman movie, which came out, I believe, this year, right? So anyway, so I believe that Black Adam actually was Black Adam, which was a part of the original DC lineup, I believe, which would have come up after Justice League 2. I believe Black Adam is kind of part of the lineup. So if you look at it, some of these sequels, and this is the irony of the situation, we're having sequels of some of these movies where we're not having a Justice League 2 sequel. It's just crazy. But anyway, Black Adam was supposed to come after the Justice League 2 sequel, which should have been a sequel this year. 2022, we should have had Jail 2, right? But anyway, whatever. Black Adam that's coming out this year. Um, It looks like it might have been one of the original movies to come out. And then I said might. I'm not sure. So that would be on course. And then you're either going to have the Flash next, or you're going to have Aquaman next. Um, Following that, right? It's either the Flash or Aquaman. Aquaman, right? And I don't think Aquaman. I don't think the Flash is going to come out first. It's very possible Aquaman might come out first, and then the Flash movie. We'll see. But either way, those two movies already came out, so it's kind of like a redundancy. It's like a no. Actually, the Flash movie didn't come out. Sorry, my bad. So Aquaman would have been a redundancy. Okay. Um, and then I think they're supposed to have Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods. That might come out 2024 or maybe 2023. But to me, you could put like a brakes. You could kind of say, pull the brakes on everything with Aquaman and Shazam. Here's my reasoning. Those are sequels to movies that already came out, right? So you can kind of pump the brakes on Aquaman 2, pump the brakes on Shazam 2, and put JL 2 in there. So I would say like right after the Flash movie, you do a JL, you do a Batman movie, maybe a Batman solo movie, and then you go straight into Justice League 2, which again, I know it's supposed to be they're talking about 2026, but I'm hoping 2024 because even if, okay, let's say you still do the Aquaman 2 movie, right? But the Shazam 2 movie, you put that on brakes. You're like, wait till after Justice League 2, right? And you do the Justice League 2 movie, right? Now, here's the thing. The Justice League 2 movie, remember, this is supposed to be a Justice League 3. There's a 2 and 3, right? There's a 2 and 3. So the Justice League 2 movie, when that movie's done, you could probably have your Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods, or whatever, coming after that. I don't know. But I just think that having sequels, yeah, the sequel to Wonder Woman, why? Why didn't you just run with the thing that was there and then the sequel to Wonder Woman organically come when it comes? Shazam 2, they greenlit the sequel to Shazam 2, and we haven't gotten the Cyborg, we didn't get Green Lantern, we still haven't gotten the Flash movie. You know what I'm saying? That's the original roster. So it is what it is, but you have to get through the original roster, and this is why I think that, especially get through Justice League 2 at least. You know what I mean? But this is why I'm not saying to rush through it. I still would love to see the Batman movie, but it's just crazy, man. It's crazy how Walter Amada has kind of fucked up certain things. You know what I mean? But this new regime hopefully will kind of set the record straight, try and get back that original slate of movies that was churning out. We'll see. I don't know, but here's the thing I'm saying where we need to get back on track, okay? And which is why I said I'm gonna watch the Black Adam movie. Depending on how the Black Adam movie turns out, and what it's pointing to, this is the most important thing. What is this Black Adam movie pointing towards? What's the statement being made by these executives in Warner Brothers Discovery company? So we want to see what's the direction. So that's why I want to see Black Adam. See what direction they're pointing in. I want to know it for myself. I don't want to see it in no trades. I don't want to hear secondhand information. I'll go into the cinema and see it for myself. See where we're going with this. And based on that, we will know without a shadow of a doubt, what to do next as a Restore the Snyderverse group. Because here's the thing: the air cut hasn't come out. We had all kinds of shit for Suicide Squad. We had a James Gunn Suicide Squad. Everybody's like, James Gunn, is trying to be part of the thing. I know he's a different director, but listen, let me get that air cut first. All right, I want to see no other fucking Suicide Squad, nothing. You know, James Gunn would have got a lot more love if the air cut had come out. If they had just let that damn air cut come out, he'd have got a lot more love because now people were like, oh man, I'm so satisfied. I seen this. All right, cool. Let's see what James Gunn had. Right? They're patronized. Sometimes people are just patronized. You might have shit, but they don't care because they've got what they want. It's kind of like when we got the Snyder cut. We was cool. You know what I mean? We was cool. Yes, we wanted to restore the Snyderverse. Absolutely, didn't see a reason why not to. But at the end of the day, we was cool. All right. Um, I know why I went in and saw Wonder Woman '84 was an atrocious film was because I knew we were getting the Snyder cut. You know, and we was all happy, so I went and celebrated by going to see Wonder Woman '84. But we knew we was gonna get the Snyder cut. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes people will put up some shit that you put out there just to get the big picture. Once that big picture is nailed, we know, oh, this is through the door, this is done deal. Alright, I'm gonna put up with some of your shit. I'm gonna patronize some shit just because. But I really want to get to the big dogs. You know what I mean? So it's that sort of thing. Now I know David Zaslav, he's not on that at all. He's not on that beat at all. He's like, we not putting out shit. The days of shit putting out is over. That CW bullshit is over, right? So that would be great. That's great also to hear him say that. So that's what kind of makes me think if David Zaslav and they are going to put out Black Adam, it better be the best version of itself it could possibly be. So that's why I'm thinking about it like that now. But having said that, they're gonna really have more time with the Flash and with Aquaman, right? And I don't know what's gonna happen to Shazam: Fury of the Gods. That's I feel like they're gonna press a pause button on that. They're gonna be working on it. You know, the people and everybody gonna be working on that. But I have a feeling Ben Affleck's Batman solo movie probably come out before that, and that's saying a lot. So Shazam: Fury of the Gods probably end of 2024, maybe. It depends. Um, Maybe 2025. I don't see it really coming out anytime soon. They don't have the space for it. They gotta get the Flash out next year and Aquaman out yet next year. So if Aquaman's coming out, I think the end of next year. That's what they're talking about. December of next year. Then what are they gonna put into space? I feel they're gonna put Ben Affleck's Batman movie into space. I feel Ben Affleck's Batman's gonna come out sometime next year. All right, 2023. Um, or not. Might come out 2024. But I guess Shazam will come. Black Adam will come out, and then we'll have a big pause. We have the Aquaman at the end of the year, or we may have the Flash movie early on in the year, and then the Aquaman movie. Maybe Flash come out summertime, and then Aquaman comes out at the end of the year, and that's the end of 2023. 2024, I think that's when Shazam might come out, or 2025. Depends. Ben Affleck's Batman might be in the works, so Ben Affleck's Batman might end up coming out in 2024. I think 2024, right? And then we still got Superman movies to deal with. So we might have a Henry Cavill Superman movie before we get Zack Snyder's Justice League Part 2. So yeah, they might rewrite. 2026 might be the time we get to see Zack Snyder's Justice League Part 2. But even so, this is the other thing. We still gonna have. That's why they're probably gonna do the Green Lantern series on HBO Max because they gotta get the Green Lantern. The only movie that we're not gonna get is the Cyborg movie. So then we would be back on track. By 2026, we'll be back on track with the original slate of stuff. You get what I'm saying? But for that to happen, um, this is quite a long time, but nonetheless. Um, but the Cyborg movie, maybe we won't get a Cyborg movie. But what we might get is a little bit of Cyborg in the Flash movie because we still got time for the Flash movie. Now here's another thing that just recently happened, and it was just recently reported by everybody, and people are coming around and saying Ezra Miller just broadcast in the media that he was taking therapy for mental, mental illness, and he's working on it, and he's sorry about all the things that have happened. So that statement tells me that Ezra Miller will be doing interviews. Ezra Miller will be back in the forefront with the Flash movie, so he's going to be there. Um, so, like I said before, I think the Flash movie is going to go on as planned. Ezra Miller will be there, and there will be no big beans. People will forget all of the stuff that happened with Ezra Miller as he starts to pitch, and he's very enthusiastic about the Flash. So I know Ezra Miller's going to really enjoy that. Um, and hopefully, remember Ezra Miller he's now got his foot in the door in forensics. He's very smart. He's a scientist. He's very clever, and of course the Speed Force. How he utilizes the Speed Force. We saw it with Zack Snyder, and we'll see if Andy Muschietti can take some of that and go with it. And carry it in a direction that makes us interested about the Flash. And again, he's got more time. They got reshoots and stuff to do, and so on. Hopefully, he's liaising with Zack Snyder and the coordination effects and stunt team, whether he's using the effects team that Zack Snyder has, or the companies that he has, or some other company, but to know how to actually get the Flash in motion in a very beautiful way. That's critical. Shout out to Lost and Found. What's up, bro? I love the optimism. And hold on a sec. Well, Superman's my dude, so I'm always gonna have hope. Um, my phone's really bad, bro. My phone's really bad. I'm clicking on things and then it's not responding. So I'm sorry about that. I was just looking at you and you were saying something there, and let me see here. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, there you go. I love the optimism answer, but I really think the Snyderverse is over. I think Zaslav soft reboots the whole DC universe. Oh, okay. Well, I personally, I would tell you to do this. Check out Sil Abdul on on YouTube here, and listen to Sil talk about stuff. Him and Mikey Sutton, they've been right on a lot of things. And I'm gonna say this to you so you will understand. Uh, Zaslav, from what I'm seeing and what we're seeing, is bringing back the original slate of DC. So basically, Zaslav, the Snyderverse is not over. First of all, the Snyder Cut is going to be the point of reference that everybody's going to be moving from. And the fact that Zaslav is adamant about Henry Cavill coming back, Ben Affleck coming back, and Gal Gadot being there, and of course Jason Momoa being there. And watch this. This is what I'll tell you. This is what I'll tell you, Lost and Found, my brother. Uh, I will tell you this. Check out Black Adam and watch the tone of Black Adam. Watch at the ending of Black Adam, the post-credit scenes and all of that, and watch. This will give you a good indicator of the direction in which it's going. Now, I get my scoops. I get my scoops from Sil Abdul, Mikey Sutton. I also some other guys online, but Sil Abdul and Mikey Sutton, they're probably the most dependable scoopers you're going to find right now with this new regime, because DC's not all over the place. Let me tell you a couple things. So first of all, David Zaslav. David Zaslav is he doesn't only have DC properties and Discovery properties now, and Warner Brother properties, and all of the conglomerates with Warner Brothers, but now he has distribution rights to Lionsgate, aka MGM. You know what I'm saying? So he just expanded even more. All right. David Zaslav operate on a different system to what the former Warner executives used to operate on. The former Warner executives used to get bonuses for putting out movies. So their job was to put out movies. It wasn't about the performance of the movie. It wasn't about how good the movie was. David Zaslav and Discovery worked under a system where it's all about performance. You have to perform to get bonuses. So we had to perform under Zaslav. That's why Zaslav canceled. He's canceled like a bunch of CW shows. Canceled Batgirl. Look at the stuff that he's canceling. Look at his focus. when we watched the last investor meeting, he said his focus is on protecting the DC brand. David Zaslav said a bunch of stuff, and I'm gonna just call back a couple of things so you understand where I'm coming from. He said we want to mend broken relationships. Alan Horn, who was brought in under David Zaslav, is the guy who greenlit Zack Snyder's 300. Okay, Zack Snyder has good relation. He's had good experiences with Alan Horn. Alan Horn's a guy who will let creatives do what creatives want to do, but you got to produce. You got to produce with Alan Horn. He don't have to agree with you, but you got to produce. So what the environment that we're seeing, sorry, not Max DeLuca, Mike DeLuca, and the other lady, these people are experienced people. They come from, again, MGM or Lionsgate. And again, they're about performance. They love to see good quality products. So I'm just saying to you, and David Zaslav has been listening to us. He has been listening to the fan base because the words he's talking about, the Trinity, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, the fact that he's talking about, big spectacle movies to bring back the interest in the DC brand, to have that excitement again. This is the kind of language we've been speaking for the longest while. So the evidence, like I said before, there's a bit of evidence here. For instance, having Ben Affleck expand his role in The Flash, expand his role in Aquaman, to getting into Aquaman, Ben Affleck, of course, being front runner, and seeing that Michael Keaton, he had a role in Batgirl, and that film is canceled, right? And if we look at the track record of films that came out under Walter Hamada, which would have been part of the DCEU universe, his track record is miserable. So this is why with Batgirl, we're looking at Batgirl and we're saying, did we really miss out on anything? You know what I mean? No disrespect. I mean, I'm just saying. So what I'm trying to put to you and help you understand is that David Zaslav seems to be moving in a direction. He's talking about one universe, one singular universe, focus on Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman. And it's the same guys who were part of Zack Snyder's Snyderverse. He's also a big fan of Zack Snyder's Justice League. He really loved Zack Snyder's Justice League. So you have to understand David Zaslav is coming with purpose and intent. Zack Snyder was very successful with Zack Snyder Justice League, even though that didn't make it into theaters. David Zaslav said particularly these words: if a movie is theatrical quality or a quality film, he's not sending it straight to streaming. That's almost a direct rebuttal of what Jason Kilar, Tommy Emmerich, Walter Hamada, and Aaron Sarnoff did to Zack Snyder's Justice League. They refused to put it into cinemas. And that's almost a direct response for us as Snyder Cut fans to see that this guy is interested. If this thing is built for IMAX, if a movie's built for IMAX, like Zack Snyder's Justice League was built for IMAX. It was built for a theatrical feel, a theatrical response. And the way how David Zaslav is speaking, okay, and we're seeing him acting on it. He's cutting movies that don't seem to have no future with the DCEU. He wants a connected, interconnected universe, and you can see he's also pushing for almost a unity of characters. What I mean by that is the same universe. So you're gonna have the same universe in the theatrical, but you have the same universe also in series in series and stuff. So like the Green Lantern series that Greg Berlanti is supposed to be, that's still greenlit and they're still moving forward with that. That's going to be part of the DCEU, as Sil Abdul was talking about. So check out Sil Abdul, SYL, and then Abdul on YouTube here, and get some scoops. You can go back and he has a playlist with all the essential information you need to know about the Snyder Cut, all how everything went down. And for those people who feel that the Snyderverse is dead or is dying or will not, no. In fact, I dare to say the Snyderverse is being restored as we speak, but it's happening in the background right now. and the trades and stuff are saying other things, but don't worry about them because they don't have the real scoops. You know what I'm saying? But suffice it to say, I'm still optimistically cautious. But I do want to say that though I'm not excited for Black Adam, I am somewhat excited for the future of DC. It's looking up, and the way, and we already know that Black Adam had some additional photography at reshoots and everything was done to it since this new regime, the merger started happening. So this new regime, David Zaslav already started working on Black Adam. They already started doing stuff with Black Adam. So for people who don't know what's happening in the background, well, this I'm just giving you all a little bit of up to date stuff, and just listen to the words David Zaslav has been using. There's a reason he's talking about the Trinity all the time, and Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. It's because Batman v Superman had the Trinity, Justice League had the Trinity. All right. So if there's going to be a Trinity movie or something where the Trinity comes together, you know it's going to be Justice League 2, whatever it's called. It might be called Final Crisis. Who knows what it'll be called? That's still down the road. I think Justice League 2, if we really try to factor it all in, might be 2024, 2025, 2026, somewhere around there. It's been coming out, and they're going to build up to it. They're going to build up to it. You know, so there's a lot of work. They're reworking the Flash a lot because of that. That's why the Flash has been put back a bit. So and Ezra Miller, like I said before, he good to go. So the Flash movie's gonna be it's gonna be done. It's gonna be done. And Andy Muschietti is a good director for those people who don't know. And with this new regime pumping in $100 million back into Andy Muschietti to make that film happen, he gonna do what he do. He gonna do what he do to get that film on point. You know, and he's been asking Zack Snyder for advice, and he's been passionate to everybody. He has a good, you know, they had a good initial interaction with Ray Fisher. So you know, you never know what could happen between now and 2023, 2024 with the Flash movie. But what I'm saying is, with the original timeline, the Snyderverse timeline, the Flash, you got to understand this, these series of films, it's the Flash, Aquaman, even Black Adam, they were all originally in the original DCEU timeline, okay? But everything's kind of been pushed back, and especially the Flash. But what I'm saying is the sequels like Aquaman 2, like Wonder Woman 3, like Shazam 2, I'm saying instead of having those sequels, we need to have that Batman movie that should have come out after Justice League 1. We need to have Justice League 2 first before having the sequels to all of those things. We already had a sequel to Wonder Woman. We shouldn't have had that sequel. We shouldn't have had the Birds of Prey. We shouldn't have had that so soon. But we had it, right? It's what it is. I mean, we were supposed to have Gotham City Sirens, if y'all remember, and that was supposed to be directed by David Ayer, I believe, initially. But then the Suicide Squad debacle happened. It is what it is. And then, you know, we had a new regime, and then all of a sudden Joss Whedon was supposed to have Batgirl and all that kind of stuff. If y'all do remember how it goes. So I believe that David Zaslav was trying to refine and get back to the timeline that they used to have and focus on that and move forward and then branch out, if you know, have another phase like after the 10-year phase there. You know, I believe Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 is going to come out. Let's see, we're in the year 2022 right now. So maximum 4 years from now. 4 years from now, Justice League 2 comes out. Minimum 2 years from now. Okay? So that's what that's what we're talking about. Zack Snyder, he's almost wrapped up Rebel Moon. You know, he's shooting the filming for Rebel Moon this year. So he's gonna be free next year probably because even though he's working on other side projects, you know, he can devote his time to again doing a major project. So the side projects like you know, Army of the Dead, Las Vegas, and so on and so on. But you gotta understand, Zack Snyder can't work on more than one project at a time. But I'm just saying, okay. I'm just saying, I think somewhere around 2024, 2025, 2026 is when we're gonna get Justice League 2. But we will get Justice League 2. And we will get Man of Steel. Okay? From what Mikey Sutton's hearing is that Zack Snyder may be the one directing Man of Steel. We'll see. I don't know. But we do know there'll be a Henry Cavill Man of Steel where I believe Henry Cavill wants to flush out Man of Steel. Just let people see who Superman is, the real Superman, before Superman turns evil. So we're gonna have a Man of Steel, and there's a plethora of villains. You got Brainiac, you got Metallo, you got a plethora of villains that Superman could face, right? So I'm looking forward to that new villains, and then with Batman, Ben Affleck already has a script sort of like for Batman. It'll be continuing after the Snyder cut because we're staying now in the Snyderverse. So definitely would love to see that with Deathstroke and everything. I can't wait to see that, and then to see how these guys eventually become allies. You know, in the nightmare scenario. So I'm just saying I'm looking forward to a lot. There's a lot to look forward to that David Zaslav and all of these people who have already, some of these people have worked before in Warner Brothers and was in the productive side of Warner Brothers a while ago. Some of these guys that are called back. So I'm just saying, you know, don't be uh don't be sad and don't worry about the Snyderverse ending. It's not going to end. David Zaslav seems to be more online with that. I don't know exactly how, and but the metrics, they've been using metrics all the time, and I'm telling you, man, they they looking at those metrics. They know what it is. They know what the Snyder Cut did very well. Um, so I mean, I just want to see the Snyder Cut in theaters. I also want to see the Air Cut come out. I think those are two very possible things in the not too distant future. Um, I think that would give a big boost because again, the original Trinity is in the Justice League Snyder Cut. Now, with respect to the Air Cut, that's gonna be a slightly tougher sell because again, you're not really dealing with the major characters, but I'm pretty sure because we've been pushing for the Air Cut, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it, and it will be in theaters. But we're gonna take it one step at a time. We're gonna take it one step at a time. Faith out from faith. That's what we keep on telling people. You have to have faith, and everything. So we're gonna keep on pushing. You know, um, there's a lot more I want to talk about with respect to Snyder, but there's a lot I want to talk about with respect to these films. I like there was some big pushback, and I was so proud of my Snyder Cut colleagues defending Jesus Christ and Moses. You know what I mean? Zack Snyder came out there and he said, the Superman is grounded in the mythos and the lore of Superman and Moses. That's just what happened. Like the two Jewish guys that made Schuster and Siegel, who made Superman. They were immigrants, and they were Jewish immigrants. And Superman is based. He's based, whether you guys like it or not, off of the great leader, the great prophet Moses, and also off of the great rabbi and prophet Jesus. Okay, that is straight up. And DC Comics endorses that. And you look at any version of Superman, you will see these Christ-like symbols, and you'll literally see Jesus Christ show up in some of the background of some of these comics. And that's just the way how that goes. Zack Snyder said he's not a proponent, for or against Superman being aligned with Jesus or aligned with Moses. He said, but this is just part of the DC lore. This is what it is. He came that way. He doesn't, you know what I mean? That's not debatable. So if I choose to point out, like he's saying, if he's bringing the symbolism to the fore a bit so that you guys are aware of that, you can't be mad at that. You can't be mad at that. And then, the devils, talk of God and devil, of course, Lex Luthor was a devil character, of course. And you saw the demons, remember the picture with the demons being cast out of heaven Michael and his angels casting out Satan and his angels, and then he flipped the poster upside down, and he had he had Satan casting out Jesus, Michael the archangel and stuff like that. But I'm just saying that all you got to do is watch the behind the scene footage, and it's very clear. I mean, come on, man. Like, I'm really proud of the Snyder Cut fandom. Whether the people believe in Jesus or not, it was really cool to see them uh, show that, hey, if you know anything about DC lore, if you even read comics, or if you follow DC, you know, um, that's just what it is. Superman is the greatest hero of DC because he was pulled. The source material for him came from the greatest prophet of all time, which was Jesus Christ, and then one of the greatest prophets of all time, Moses, in which the law was built off of Moses. And then, of course, grace and truth came from Jesus Christ. So we have the Old Testament and the New Testament. If you put those two together, you get Superman. I mean, come on now. Why is that a problem? You know what I mean? And so, it's like some people just are offended by if you use the name Jesus. You use the name Jesus in something which they think is secular, and they'll be like, nah, they can't have no Jesus in this. They can't have no God in this. They can't have no devil in this. But guess what? Guess what? Superman has religio, what's the word I'm looking for? Judeo-Christio roots. It is what it is. If you don't like it, too bad. Okay? But that's just the way how that mythos goes. You mad at it? I'm sorry. That's the way it is, though. You know what I mean? He's an archetype. Now, and I was just so proud of my Snyder Cut fans, man, when they stood up for that, because people were, and I know who started this whole thing. It was me. I was putting the post, the comparisons, the correlation between Jesus and Jesus and Superman, okay? And what I admired about what Zack Snyder was doing. I know Zack Snyder was intentional. What I mean by that is, he was intentional about what he was doing. But what I mean is, he wasn't trying to, like, as he said so correctly, he wasn't trying to advocate for Jesus, right? He wasn't also trying to deny advocation for Jesus, or he wasn't trying to what's the word I'm looking for? He wasn't trying to not advocate for Jesus. Kind of like he was just using the lore and accentuating certain things, because remember, mythos. Whereas I'm different. Okay, I'm not. I'm using Superman to endorse Jesus. That's what I'm doing. Okay, I ain't trying to. I'm not trying to fake it, right? But he wasn't trying to do that, even though he did BBS on the Easter. He was just correlating it and showing, where the roots of Superman comes from. And for all those people who are mad that the roots of Superman comes from Jesus, for whatever reason, and Moses, for whatever reason, I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. That's the way it is, folks. Okay? And then sometimes you got religious people now, they try to make it, oh, well, that's the Antichrist. You can't have that before Jesus. And I'm like, Superman's not even competing with Jesus. We're just correlating. That's all we're doing. We're just correlating. They're like, that's blasphemy to put crosses on there and him to be like a cross, like if he's Jesus. And I'm like, no, it's not blasphemy at all. It's actually quite flattering, because it's a tribute to sacrifice. It's a tribute to embracing and enveloping the world around you. That's the sentiment. So, I mean, if you can't understand the deeper meaning of things, then why are you even speaking? You know what I mean? So you can tell when people are offended that Jesus comes up. If I brought up any other religious motif, or any other mythos for that matter, if I said, Superman's closer to Superman's a modern day Hercules. Oh, everybody's cool with that. But just because I say Jesus, come on, man, like really, Like really, you're offended because I said Jesus. And the thing about it is, that's the funniest thing in the world because Jesus is still to this day a figure of controversy. I love quoting Zack Snyder. You know, the most powerful man in the world is a figure of controversy. That's actually Chris Terrio's lines, actually, which is very cleverly done, by the way. Um, I really like Zack Snyder's just because of these deeper comparisons I can use between Christ and Superman. And again, I will use them. Zack Snyder doesn't have to use them. For Zack Snyder, it's a discussion on mythos and how it affects us and how it makes us live better and whatever. And I know he comes from Christocentric roots. Me, for me, it's a tool. I do have an agenda. So, this is why I love the movie so much. Um, so, um, I'm just letting people know. Of course, it's a discussion. So I don't have a problem discussing. Wherever you come from, whatever your belief system, it doesn't um, doesn't stop us from discussing it. And I think that's the important thing. But baseline in existence with all of us is for us to make life better for each other, right? So ultimately, in the end, if you're not doing that, then what's the difference? What difference does it make? So yeah, me personally, looking at the reason why I'm doing this video is because, as you can see, I'm saying that the original trajectory of the DCEU, I can see pieces of it still there standing. And the problem with it was the tonal shift. The DCEU took a tonal shift away from uh, sort of dramatic elements and taking characters somewhat seriously and grounding them somewhat to more of a sort of laughter and jokes and pauses of drama. Kind of remind me of you know what's the thing? Instead of taking the Marvel structure, they took the Marvel formula in movies. So they brought a lot of Marvel directors across and all these kinds of things, thinking that they can get this 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 Marvel portrayal that would appeal to the children and families, and so they would be able to get families in there, and so they get a bigger viewing, and they would also be able to sell toys, and so that's how they work their stuff out. So this is what they were trying to do, and then they were trying to get that big hookup with Marvel down the road, right? But it backfired royally. Why? Who are the people with the money to pay to go see movies? It's not children. It's the parents. So let me see if I can make this make sense. Comic book movies. Comic book movies. Comic book movies make money when you can appeal to the adult audience. To make a family movie where everybody goes in and the parents aren't just there with their hands crossed, just trying to survive through a movie while the children are enjoying themselves, you ain't gonna get repeat viewings. What makes movies survive in theaters is repeat viewings. People want to come back to see the movie again with the whole family. The weird thing about DC fans, most DC fans that is they like quality. They DC fans are probably the most critical fans you'll find. They're very critical about things. They're very specific about things. Me, I'm a DC fan. I don't like Marvel movies. To be honest with you, I don't like the laughter and the fake drama that's not really real, and the feeling of no stakes whatsoever and no originality whatsoever. The lines are, it's a set of throwaway lines. I really don't like it. So I don't like the MCU. So you're never going to see me just go into the cinema and watch an MCU movie. I'm probably not going to do that because it does not interest me. Connor Comer, what is up to you? To me, you are closer to a god with the music. Haven't. I don't understand what that means. Would you say that again? Because I don't understand what you just said. Um, but yes, when it comes to DC, uh, I I like DC, but I like movies that flush out characters, give them depth, give them growth. But not only that, give some sort of new take or new movement to what something. The story is fresh and new. It's not just some rehashed story you heard over and over and over again. To me, you're closer to a God with the music haven't. You have not made yet. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I understand what you're saying. Still, are you saying that I seem closer to God or something when I do music or something? Confused. I'm just a normal human being, brother. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Um. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, my walk with God is an interesting one. That's all I'm gonna say. I personally know what's going on with me with the walk with God, but I'm letting God do more of the work on me right now. So, yes, I vacillate. If that's what you're saying. Sometimes sometimes I'm cursing and swearing. Sometimes I'm doing some dumb stuff. Sometimes sometimes but you have to understand to get the kinks out of the. I don't know how to explain this properly. There's a lot of plumbing being rechanged inside of me. So there's a lot of upheaval and cutting here and chopping here and there's a lot of stuff going on inside of me, right? And I've kind of left it to God's hand somewhat as He's reshaping and renovating and destroying and building back up and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff going on inside of me, which maybe I'll write a song about it sometime. I've written a bunch of songs actually, but for some reason, every single one of them is lost. I wrote them down. I lost the script. I lost the papers. Or sometimes I go to record. I record, and then the stuff is lost. I think I still have a couple of recordings out there. So I've done a bunch of songs, but they just I guess were not supposed to be released, so they're not coming out. It's just the way how the spirit works. And some of them were for me, I guess, and some of them were not for me, but they're just not ready. So I haven't put out anything yet, but I will be putting out something. Going out, don't worry. Yeah, but what I was saying is that that the DCEU are at its essence. The people who shout out to Leroy Kong. Hello to you. Sorry I'm late. Wow, Leroy, it's like 1 in the morning or something. Sorry I'm late. I'm hearing that Ezra Miller. Yeah, he put out the apologies. Yep, it's not going to help. They should still recast. Great live. No, 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 no. They're not going to recast him. No, they're rolling with him. There's no need to recast him. He's a good guy. Ezra's a good guy, man. He's not. He's not. He's the trades since the merger. The trades picked up on Ezra Miller and started doing a lot of. They were throwing a lot of dirt about him. But he's gonna be okay. He's gonna be all right, man. He's gonna be all right. Actors go up and down, roller coasters, all kind of crazy things. Cornell Comer, bro, I can't see what you just said, but I'm gonna tell you this though. I love you, brother, and I love all you people out here. I'm not what I appear to be all the time, but I am who I am that you're seeing here. I'm as honest and straightforward as I can possibly be. Yes, I'm a bit raw at times. I'm very pretty crass, a bit crude, But if you feel where my heart is coming from, you always see it's a genuine, sincere heart speaking to you. And I don't, I don't profess. I don't think it's good to curse. I don't think it's good um, to do a lot of things that I do, and I don't like doing them, and I'm not proud of it. It's actually quite a shameful thing for me. But unfortunately, um, as I'm shaped and battered and banged into shape and stuff, we get there. We get there. I live on grace all the time. We all live on grace. We don't know if we're going to make it to the next day, but I'm so hopeful. I'm so hopeful. That's the thing. That hope. You know, you know, Jesus, the blessed hope, I call him, gives us that hopefulness. So I'm very hopeful about the future. Yes. So with respect to the DCEU, which is, you guys have been hearing me, with Snyder Cut, Snyder Verse, Batman v Superman. We're going through these movies, keep on going through these movies, and we're gonna go through some more of these movies, man, because I always believe these spiritual elements, you can't avoid it. You're gonna have to come back to the spiritual elements anyway. And what are they? Love, having a joyful heart, being peaceful or at peace, being patient because you're at peace, you're patient, right? You're chilling, you're peaceful, patient. Kindness, being kind, you know, being gentle, right? These are the things that are important. Being thoughtful of another person. These are attributes. This is what the spiritual things are. The spiritual things ain't that complex, but they're all desirable. We always want people to be kind to us. We always want people to love us. We always want people to be gentle with us. We always want people to be patient with us. We always want people, well, if you want people to be that to you, then you have to be that to others. Yeah, the golden rule. It's that simple. That is what life is about. If we were kind to each other, all of us, considerate about each other, generous with each other, and so on and so on and so on and so on, we won't have no problems. None. None. So, yeah, that's what I got for the DC, the original direction. So that's why I said I believe that David Zaslav and Company Limited, they're saying the right things. We'll see if they follow through all the way to the end that way. But first, we're watching to see what progresses as things progress onwards. You know, um, so far they've been straight and upfront. They've been cutting what they had to cut. They've been moving forward where they had to move forward. So if Cavill shows up in Black Adam, if Cavill shows up in Black Adam, uh, you can bet the last dime that we're talking about a team up movie somewhere down the road with Cavill, Affleck, and Wonder Woman. And that team up movie is going to be directed by Zack Snyder, I believe, because we already had a team up movie with them in BVS. So this team up movie that will have them again together is going to be like a follow up to Justice League. No rocket science. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna catch you guys later. Christ and Disciple is getting out of here. But yeah, Ezra Miller, man, he's pushing forward. I mean, he was brilliant in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Brilliant. You know? So can they get that sort of level of performance of him in the Flash movie? That's the question. Can they make him look super good in the Flash movie? That's the hope. We hope that will happen. I don't know if Kersey Clemens is in the what is your gift? He's giving you. He has given you great life gift. I'm not too sure. I know who you're talking about, but Yeah, hopefully Kirstie Clemens is in the Flash movie. I think she is. Is she? I don't know. Hopefully she's there. Hopefully Ray Fisher's in the Flash movie. However they get him in there, get him in there. But I'm just hoping for the best for the Flash movie as well. If that, you see, if those two, if if the Flash movie is a success, that means we succeeded in getting the Snyderverse. You know, I know it's a pivot all the way into. I believe the Flash pivots into another universe, maybe more than one. You know, I know a bit about Black Adam as well. Um, Black Adam. Uh, First he goes against the Justice Society of America, and he's beating them up and stuff. But then he meets an adversary that's even greater than him, Beelzebub. Yeah, literally the devil. Dude born of the devil and stuff, and got powers from a very evil source. And so he has to go up against that dude, and so he needs the Justice Society of America support in fighting that dude, and that's how that kind of story kind of goes down. That's the skeleton of it, because the details of the story is going to be a lot more. So that's the Black Adam story basically, and you're going to learn about Gondor and the society there and where he came from and what happened to him and so on and so on and so on. It'd be interesting. All right, I'm looking forward to see what Black Adam brings to the table. Definitely going to be. I think it's a much more serious movie than say uh, um, um, Birds of Prey or Wonder Woman uh, 84 or uh, Shazam. Um, the Suicide Squad was kind of bloody as well, but was they had weird humor in it. I'm hoping Black Adam doesn't have no weird humor, and it's not just gory, but it's on point. It's not just about being gory or violent. It's about being on point. So hopefully, it can get there. And if it does, it's gonna be a hit. It's gonna be a hit. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, people. I'm out of here. I really spent a lot of time tonight, and good to see you guys in here. Thanks for the likes and everything. We'll see. We'll see. I'll have another stream at a later time. I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about the DCEU. But I do want to do a stream. I want to do a StreamYard, maybe tomorrow, whenever. I want to do a StreamYard on BVS, Man of Steel, and Zack Snyder's Justice League, man, with some other interesting things inside of all three movies. Whether it's the technology of the Kryptonians, whether it's the sacrifices that Superman made and the people he saved, because Superman generally saves people. He doesn't kill people, right? And just a bunch of stuff. You know, um, the third character in the movie, which was the humanity. Humanity was a character in the movie, right? So yeah, I'll catch you guys. And the media was another character in the movie. I'll catch you guys later. Have a peaceful night. God bless.